Good morning. It's time for some more Sunday morning MSQ. Maybe today we can go fight Garuda. Who wants to take bets that we're going to have to go ingratiate ourselves to a ton of other people instead? So I will do my recap while we ride out to Whitebrim because we wanted to save at an Aetheryte, and there is no Aetheryte in Whitebrim. Last time we rescued Lord Francel from death because Inquisitor Guillaime wasn't going to follow proper protocol. He didn't care. He just wanted to basically ruin House Hellenart, which is, I think, the running theory right now. Somebody's setting them up, and he keeps thwarting our steps every chance we get. And so right now we are pretty confident that Sid's ship, the Enterprise, is in Stone Vigil, but of course House Dunedair won't let us go into Stone Vigil because they're preparing to take it back from the Duranians. And just when we got this close to making enough friends and catering to their every whim so that they would be willing to let us, just checking to make sure my volume's working, go into Stone Vigil and look for our ship, Inquisitor Guillaime shows up and says, "You can't trust these people. Their timing is way too coincidental." Overlooking the fact that all of the heretics, that the accusations of heresy in House Hellenart suddenly started when Guillaime showed up. It must be because he's an excellent man at his job, and nobody's been able to root out heresy like him. That's what it is. Okay, but we are, of course, now a little suspicious about Inquisitor Guillaime and what he might have against us. So we were tasked with going and just questioning some of the people of Whitebrim and reporting our findings back to Alphino. So let's go talk to this cook that we've helped out quite a bit. We went and got him some meat and then served the meat, and that made everybody happy. The Holy See has decreed that the Inquisitors are the arbiters of Halone's will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. They're untouchable. They can do no wrong. Because if they want it, it must mean that Halone wants it. No, that can never be an abused power. Ever. Under Inquisitor Guillaime's watchful gaze, unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. They say he goes days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly, righteous man to protect us. Yeah. How many of those heretics flew away as dragons, and how many of them fell to their innocence at the bottom of Witchdrop? Inquisitor Guillaime? Yes, of course I know him. Alas, I have not seen him since the day he came to Whitebrim Front several moons ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall that a blizzard nearly buried us in the snow that day, and I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the night's watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in a darkness black as pitch. My route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed, where I have lain recuperating my injuries ever since. I tried to rescue him, but in the end Inquisitor Guillaime rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe him my life, sir, and I hope to one day repay his kindness. Maybe he's not just an asshole, he could be an imposter, and the real Guillaime would have been a nice person. I hate finding these things in these rooms. I like the worlds where they suddenly tell you, "Hey, no, it's up or it's down. You're on the wrong z-axis." Oh, it must be under, because we're up top. Okay. See? Z-axis. Inquisitor Guillaime? I haven't the foggiest of who you speak of, unbeliever. Aye, we learned of your deeds at Witchdrop. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you've hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you. I know. I'll walk out of the White Room front, I'll put some glasses on, Clark Kent style, and I walk in and I'll call myself Inquisitor Gale, and then they'll do anything I tell them to. In case you have yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited to this climate. Maybe you should change clothes, Alphino. I realized it soon after arrival, but paid it no mind, as I had hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we've wasted too much time meddling in local affairs. Never mind. Our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with the irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you have been busy making inquiries, yes? Yes, I'm making inquiries into the Inquisitor. Ha ha! It should come as no surprise that he is held in high regard. Even so, I am beginning to suspect he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonials you obtained, Gale. Mayhap they will provide insight into Inquisitor Guillaime's motivations. Yeah, I'll take that one. Eventually we'll have to go re-glamour. 29, 27, 39. I meant to put it on the lower one, silly. There. Okay. Gale, your belly button's showing a little bit there. I don't think that's the best protection. Oh god, so I'm gonna have to get to an actual city soon so I can do that. Because that just looks ridiculous. Talk about being cold. Something troubles me about that wounded knight's account. He claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness and he saw outside the eastern gate, yes? But the main roads lead to the southwestern gate. Since we've arrived in Western Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from north of the eastern gate, not south. But it cannot be so. That way lies naught but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Jolot is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap retracing his steps will shed light on the mystery. Sure. Let's go investigate. Forget the dungeon, I'm just early glamoring before we go in. I don't want people seeing me like this. Is there actually a way to get down there? God, I remember this from before and thinking the same thing. Oh, it does circle around. Okay. Chocobo! We'll do this half a step faster. And if it doesn't circle around, well, that was a waste of time. There's actually a gate. I could have just gone like that. Really? I didn't even realize there was an eastern gate. Ha! What say you? The true test of a knight comes against the foes he cannot slay. The cold is indeed harsh, but the snows shall only serve to harden my resolve. There's the city. Eastern gate, lights of the city. Now I understand. Because I was only thinking those two, and was like, that doesn't make any sense. And Alpha knows right. That doesn't make any sense to come from this way. Spoiler, this is the only time you come down here, considering I had no memory that this even existed. Ooh, a dragon. Plasmoids. What quest? 40! We are at level 40 quests. I can go get my warrior next level. Woohoo! Oh. Wow. That looks like Guillaime. Let's carry it back and throw it at the feet. Don't inspect the corpse. Bring it with you! You've picked up corpses and have them been nice little flowers here? The scroll contains what appears to be an official papal appointment to the position of Inquisitor. No, pick up the body. Pretend it's a little flower. We carried that body that we needed to put... No, I think those were actual flowers. We carried the bodies of 4 scions at once, and they were all turned into little flowers. We can pick up an Alizin. This time, I won't go all the way around, because I know there's a gate here that I'll never use again. I found a body. You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. Given the context of this encyclical, I believe you have just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Guillaime. Newly come to Kurthus and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, for even if he were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment? Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity, or why he has decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, Gale, before he learns that his deception has been discovered. I'll pick up the boots. Yeah, because I have the pants, and I glamored over them, right? No, I didn't. Maybe I will get the pants, and then I won't look ridiculous. The helmet. Pants are always the last thing you're looking for. Glycan would know. Since Lord Guillemont has already been turned against us, I fear that this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quick to disregard the endorsements of 2 high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knight. If a certain knight would provide testimony that supports our claim, Yes, mayhap that is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Joliet with the evidence you have discovered and see if it helps him recall the truth of the night. As a man of faith, he might find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the Enterprise. I guess I'll go back to talk to Horshaphant. But he said goodbye. Maybe we'll see each other again. So, what do you think? Oh, you have returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask? The Inquisitor is an impostor? Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be true. He is a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You would have me believe this is all a lie. This is why you should have brought the body, Gale. If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Sir Prunilla. She is at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here. But I will never speak against the man who saved my life. I'll grant you not wanting to speak ill of the man who saved you. That's different than blind reasons that just because he wears a certain cloak and styles himself a certain name honors blind devotion. You! I do not believe I know you, sir. Pray move along and trouble me no more. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know not of it. Not at all. You're hiding something. You know, don't you? Fury take me. I prayed this day would come. Sir Joliet gave chase. I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Dravanian abominations, wow, I couldn't say that, lashed out at him. Nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy. But what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family. Secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Joliet and I would be spared, but if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When I at last agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him Inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sir Joliet to the infirmary. On his first night in Whitebrim Front, Inquisitor Guillaime was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations, countless men and women of good moral standing, seized while in possession of Dracanian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Gilmont, wanted to put an end to the madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing, until Lord Francel was accused. Some times ago, I followed the Inquisitor and found he kept Draconian rosaries in a chest hidden southeast of Whitebrim Front. So I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire Locks. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Helenar, thus exonerating Lord Francel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Alone forgive me for not acting sooner. Well, let's go find this box of rosaries. And now that I know there's an exit here, I'm going to use it. Maybe not. Ooh, can I sneak this way? Can I sneak this way? Things you learn replaying the game. I always had to run out and around. A suspicious box under the snow. God, I'm like my brother. This way. Why do you persist in folly? I will not grant you 3 access to Stone Vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. So here's this letter, and here's the brands of unbelievers and enemies of the Holy See in a box that I found. There had better be a very good explanation for why you are carrying these rosaries, and where did you find this papal encyclical? Furry take me, the Inquisitor is a heretic? Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale. But this evidence in your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Gale, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. Sure, if you give me pants. Give me pants. Pants! That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hells take him and his Dravanian allies. I am told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he'd branded a heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Gale. Together we will put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. Sure, but let's take a quick detour and go get our next move. We've waited quite a long time to stop Garuda. We're going to be waiting a bit more because we still got to go through the dungeon. We can go level up as a warrior. And it'll be nice to be in the sunny beaches of Coast del Sol with my midriff. Hello again, my friend. It is quite obvious that you have been anything but idle in your training since last we met. Your progress is heartening to look upon, truly, but it also serves to remind me that each hour I spend poring over ancient texts is an hour not spent honing my skills. I feel my worth on the battlefield is diminishing by the day. Yet I am certain that my studies of the Chronicles will yield something of use. Oh, that pill got stuck in my throat. In fact, just last night I discovered how the warriors of my tribe came to be shunned by the outside world. Upon witnessing my people's prowess with the axe, the armies of the city-states began to incorporate similar techniques into their own training regimens. These are the self-tamed techniques I have been instructing you in, Gale, ones which call upon the inner beast. The consequences, of course, were dire. Yes, their soldiers became nigh on unstoppable, but they also became wholly uncontrollable, and both friend and foe fell prey to the ensuing carnage. Of course, the heads of the city-states laid blame for these atrocities solely at the feet of my kind, prompting banning the ancient art and imprisoning anyone suspected of teaching it, or so the chronicles say. What I find hard to grasp, though, is that never once during my training did my brother hint at this dark history, nor have I myself ever seen one of my tribe succumb to the rage that the chronicle described. Could it be that the tales are mere falsehoods, stories concocted by some long-forgotten enemy who would poison our heritage and befoul our tribe's name? Who in their right mind would seek to sully something so pure, and why would my ancestors simply bow their heads and suffer such ignominy? That my people should be so weak, so utterly bereft of pride, is inexplicable. I refuse to believe it. It matters not if these claims are groundless. If they prompted my tribe's art to fade into obscurity, then the damage has already been done. While I, for one, will not turn a blind eye to the injustice, if none of my people will give the lie to the stories that have so tarnished their reputation, it shall have to be me. But once again I lose myself in history and forget the present. If you recall, I spoke to you of my former comrade from the Company of Heroes, and the great woolly beast we have been pursuing. The beast remains on the loose, and to toss ponds of salt on the wound, fell creatures that appear to be its minions have been wreaking havoc on the innocent residents of Wineport. Were you and I to succeed in quelling the threat, surely the people would see that warriors are no fearsome beasts, but valuable allies. Together, Gale, we will win back our proud name. Now, let us away to Wineport and meet with the captain of the militia. No, that's not what I meant to do. I'm just gonna hop over to Wineport this way. We have enough riding around on Chocobo back when we get back to Whitebrim, so. Yeah, I know. We're supposed to come in that way, not from behind you. So we'll pretend we just did that. Excuse me. Well, hello there. My friends, Wineport is much obliged for your aid. The fiends come relentlessly, and what few able-bodied men we have find themselves hopelessly overmatched. Indeed, the western gates have been so besieged that they are currently left without any manned defense. Leave the defense to us, my good man. I will secure the western gate. Gale, you defend the town from the east. Together we will form a bulwark that not a single feed can penetrate. Once the enemy has been driven back, we return here back to the captain. Got it, Gale? I'm defending. Hopefully we know that they're not coming from the southeast. Yeah, I knew I was going to get the not quest-related one. Anybody else? That it? Okay. I'm back. Thank the 12 you're safe. We have need of your skills yet. I just heard a scream, and I fear that one of the beasts might be on the loose within the village. Come with me. There's a lot of beasts in the village. He's gone, barbarian. You monster! Get away! Get away! Monster? But I... Come no closer, Gale. I beg of you. I must return to the falls.
Belly.
Whatever has gotten into Curious Gorge? 'Tis true that he fought like a man possessed, but to mistake him for the very beast he hunts, methinks the child's parents have been feeding her a few too many ghost stories for her own good. Worry not, friend, I shall speak to the villagers and clear up this most unfortunate misunderstanding. Do return to the falls and assure Curious Gorge that Wineport is indebted to him for his aid. This time I'll take the ferry back, because it's easier. This is a shorter chocobo ride than if I went back to the Aetheryte in Costa. Are you a ferry skipper, or is your name Ferry Skipper? 'Cause you could be either, given Seawolf names. Let's just do this the fun way. Ready, Shadow? Whee! Gale, please forgive me for leaving so abruptly earlier. It was a hasty reaction to a situation for which I was completely unprepared. While both you and I know that I was in complete control of my inner beast, I now realize that to the layman's eyes it may have seemed that, well, the opposite was true. Mayhap it was this very misapprehension that lent weight to the lies which led to my tribe's disgrace. And if that is the case, then perhaps I should return once more to the Chronicles and endeavor to reassess their message in light of this discovery. Speaking of light, your soul crystal, Gale, it sparkles. Does the soul of the warrior have aught to reveal to you? Any whispers of import? If only they hadn't forsaken me, as they did my brother. Yes, well, I suppose that is that. I must continue my studies, and you your training. I hope to have something new for both of us very soon. Until then, my friend. Mithril Tempest. Yeah, it's just my second AoE. And we'll be back at 45. Leaves, leaves. Smell, leaves, leaves. No, that still goes to Dan if it's pass. Yep. We're out to Snowcloak. Good to have you with us, sir. When Lord Guillaime arrives, we are to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we will need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality? Happily! You needn't tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Helone's halls. Only the wicked... But why? Why must I die? By all that is holy, I swear to you I have never questioned the teachings of Helone. Inquisitor, release the maid and come with us. My lord Guillaime, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am at present conducting an interrogation, are you not? Silence, villain! I name thee heretic, murderer of Inquisitor Guillaime and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard, to your own kith and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. Ha! Grave allegations indeed, but you will find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that to which I own no allegiance? No, Lord Guillaime, my conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You, whose hands are black with blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crazed crusade. You speak of the Ishgardian innocents? Ha! All are complicit in these crimes, for all live their lives by the Archbishop's lies. But I know you will not hear me, deafened by dogma as you are. If you desire retribution, Lord Guillaime, then come, let us see how Ishgardian steel fares against Dravanian fang and claw. Show the heretic no mercy. He must pay for the innocent blood he has spilled. Ignorant swine. Soon you will know the futility of your faith. There they are. I'll take care of these guys. Good thing I got my second AoE right before this, because it's gonna come in handy. Like that. Do you see, heretic? You and your allies are no match for the might of Ishgard. How wrong you are, Ishgardian! I've been blessed with power far beyond your ken. Come, my brothers, grant me strength to smite our enemies. I am Reborn! Stand your ground. 'Tis but an illusion. No, it's not. He really did drink dragon blood and turn into a dragon. The dragon stands before you, yet you still do not flee? Your magics have no power over me, heretic. I'll get this wyvern. Dead. Now can I have my ship? My glamours dispelled. Oh, it was a glamour. Your plans lie in ruin, heretic. Choose your words wisely, for they will be your last. You may not recall the many Ishgardians I have sentenced, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood has been repaid with blood, and for that I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. But your end is nigh, Forador. The dragons within Stone Vigil will rend you asunder, and when you are dead, Whitebrim Front shall fall. Well, that was sudden. Defiant to the last, leave the body for the crows. His ilk deserves not better. Maybe we should go pick up the real Inquisitor Guillaime and give him a proper burial? Gale, I must apologize for involving you in this sordid business. You should never have been asked to intervene in Ishgardian affairs of state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you into our midst. It is past time that you were united with your heirship. But this is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me at Whitebrim Front and bring your associates. About damn time. Come, Shadow, let us return. Where have you been, Gale? The false Inquisitor has been slain, has he? Yes, well, his was a tale always likely to end in bloodshed. Though you have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you not to revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we have secured the Enterprise. No, we can't celebrate then, because the— More side quests! Because then we have to go fight Garuda. As I am sure you will agree, it is past time we enter the Stone Vigil. Pray, Lord Guillaime is a visit and remind him of his obligation to us. Cid and I will follow anon. Well, now that y'all like me, y'all want my help, huh? Maybe I can get pants out of this. Adventurer, a word. I heard of you from Sir Ferdelay, and another, though they know not of my special interest. You are a man just and clement. Help me free my brother from the dungeons. My brother was condemned hard later for desertion, but the Holy See now declares desertion to be heresy, and his life is forfeit. They speak falsehood with their reasoning, and I am no longer have faith that they are one with alone. Lawrence is doubly innocent, for he never deserted. He left his post, yes, but to treat with an Uldan traitor for medicine that saved his betrothed's life. Much have I given Ishgard, and willingly, but they shall not take my brother, and they shall not take the truth. Ferdier alone guards him, and he is a great one for a nap, especially when he has been kept at card table all night. I have seen you move like a shadow. Slip in and take his key. Give the dungeon key to Lawrence and witch him the speed of the Fury. Tell him I have cached supplies in a disguise in the usual place. Meanwhile, I shall prepare a distraction and cover all our tracks. We shall speak later. It's an ill night for patrols in this blizzard. We had contact via Link Pearl. One of the parties has managed to blunder into the behemoth's dominion, of all places. The cold and fatigue have robbed them of their mobility. I've heard it say you are a snow wolf, feeling the cold far less than other men. If you can get this Brandywine to the troll, you will save lives tonight. One more thing, adventurer. Do not presume to provoke the behemoth into battle. You will fail, and you will die. Rescue the dragoons. That is your task this day, and not more. You're that Gale, aren't you? Well met, well met. Give us a hand. One of the dragoons has fallen clean over the cliff. He lives, praised the Fury. We could tell that much from the top. A brother knight stayed behind on the cliff and awaits a coil of rope. See here, can you go to the keep for the rope and deliver it thither? I'm for the infirmary. I'm glad to see you again, to bid you thanks for saving my beloved's life. Do you bring news of her today? A rusted iron key used to unlock the dungeons at Whiterun Front. Dambert, I thought he had forsworn me, for he came not once to see me. I cursed him in my mind, but his cruelness was kindness after all. I know of the hidden place he speaks. Tell him I shall miss him, and to preserve himself from harm. But I swear to return, to fetch away my lady. I'm not joining an FC, particularly not a drive-by invite to an FC. Adventurer, how would you like to assist a dragon slayer? I put a bolt through a dragon while manning the ballistas overlooking the gorge. I saw its death throes, and then it plunged. But nobody will believe me. I had not time to collect a trophy before I was relieved, and they will not credit what they do not see. The carcass is out there at the bottom of a gorge, just waiting to be claimed. I hear you can find anything, and I need a dragon bone to show the others. As you may have noticed, this area is much troubled by many a wild and savage creature. This, of course, is in addition to dragons, which are all the enemy that Ishgard acknowledges, by and large. This has taxed the infirmary beyond all natural limits, and the healers show signs of becoming patients. After some doing, I have managed to secure... I was going to look up how to pronounce that. I'll do that right now. Chirurgian. Pronunciation. Chirurgeon. Chirurgeon. No, 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 not the ad. Okay, I don't care. Let's do this one.
Chirurgeon.
Try that again.
Chirurgeon.
I don't believe you. Chirurgeon. 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 Because it's surgeon. But a chi in front of it. Chirurgeon. Okay, chirurgeon. I probably said other things, but too late. If the Enterprise is indeed inside Stone Visual, then we must convince Lord Drillmont. Okay, yeah, you already said that, and we already have, but now people need our help, and we're the Warrior of Light, and we can't turn them down. Because maybe we'll get pants. I am part of the expedition to Snowcloak. Know you the great ice wall that swells like a braggart's tail? There is much danger in those parts, and so 'twas that my group took on sellswords. However, affrighted by the creatures that stalk the wilderness, they abandoned their post and fled. Now what manner of cravenness is this? It beggars all belief. You leave no stone unturned to complete your mission, they say. What say you? Will you guard the expedition? We are in sore need of a sword arm. You'll know more from Aurodic at Snowcloak. Be well, adventurer. Keep my people safe. I'm gonna guess that this dragon thing is back down where we were before, where I said we would never go again. Look somber. I am telling you of how a jackal ate the cook's cat. Success? Good. When? Hour of the wolf. I'll loose my works then. He must never return. I left him instructions. He shall send for her, and I will see she is protected and unpursued. There is only death for him here. The beast tore the poor animal to shreds. What shame to loose a good ratter. To the greenwood, desert, or the sea, anywhere but here. Likely I shall never see him again, but at least he lives, and it's thanks to you. Remember that you spent the past spell seeking Charmaine's rosary. It is in your pocket. Be seen with her soon. I'm gonna use this gate because I know it's here. Fallen dragon. Got the bone. Did you get my chocobo butt? Did you get my dragon bone? That was my first dragon, you know. It's special. First time's always special. The giant bone of a Dravanian. Yes, yes, dragon bone, who's spinning yards now, huh? By the fury. Berengot, dragon slayer, blessed in the eyes of Halone, I have dreamed of this. Do you realize that I should be commended by the Archbishop himself? How do I know you actually killed it and didn't just see it fall down there? I'm gonna keep going up, because there's another quest here. And it is you. Long has this bell marked the time at our keep, but as you can see it was ill used by dragons and has been silent since. Others of this keep have naught but praise for your work, adventurer. I wonder if you are the ideal confederate for the enterprise. Will you assist me in repairing the bell? We need a goodly amount of metal, and arms damaged in battle are in plentiful supply. Yet 'twould not do for one dragoon to ask another for his arms. Will you collect them and take them around to the Tutok at the smith? While I'm here, I just dropped by. We owe you a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Guillaime would still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that it was fool to dismiss your claims out of hand, but you must understand it seemed too much to hope that the scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong. Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the stone vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, of course. It is the very least I can do, given all that you have done for us. All I have done for you. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Dravanians that now hold the ruin? Pff. In part, yes. I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that an abandoned airship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned at the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we've been able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by the dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say, nor can I give you any assurance that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long the ruin has served as a Dravanian foothold in Kurthus, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have as yet been able to drive them out, and I cannot say when the situation will change. Or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Gillemont, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to wait. We'll secure our property without Ishgardian aid. Yep, I can kill him. I see. Well, that may be for the best. We will inform Sir Nathlin of your impending visit. May Helone guide you, scions. Can I have your broken arms? Ha! Repairs are finally moving forward. Metal hither, metal thither. Take it away, and let the anvil ring. That one's still inside somewhere. You want what? Oh, to repair the bell. I cannot well recall its peal. I was still falling off chocobos when the dragons cleft it thus. Here, will this do? Thank you, sir. You're a her here, and that's your name? 'Kay. You seek a smith. What can I do for you? The bloody remnants of a broken weapon left on the field of battle. Repair the bell? Ah, a worthy endeavor, especially with such a shadow as this over Reborn front. A dragoon must needs see and hear what he fights for, or their heart'll go out of him. There's more than enough metal here to cast the new clapper and make the other repairs. I'll start as soon as I'm done hammering out this breastplate. Tell Sor Leotro that we'll make this place ring, will you? No, I don't want to go. I'll just. He can trust me that I got it to you, and he'll know I did it when you deliver the bell. Or I could just stand at the bottom and shout up, "Hey! I did it!" Tommy said this? The Fury bless him, to see it as I do. Ishgard is at war, and we hoard our resources with an almost Dravanian avidity. All must fuel the crusade while removing as little from the battlefield as possible. We at Reborn front live between the anvil of winter and the hammer of the dragons. We have been tested much and not found wanting, I believe. This is our keep and our home. It must have a measure of beauty, else it becomes a jail. Gold, please. Well, alright. I know one is at Snowcloak, up by Behemoth, and then all the way over. There's Behemoth. A knight in shining armor. What do you want? You bring rope for the rescue? Excuse my churlishness. I have been stymied at every turn in helping for my brother knight. It has made me forget my courtesy. But with both our coils tied end on end, it may just be long enough. Throw the end of it down to him. The Fury help us. It will not fall. The wind blows it out of reach. Yet again, what are we to do? Jump down with it? Really? How do you expect me to get up? So, you jumped down a cliff on purpose. I can certainly respect that. You are a man with a plan. Do you have a plan, don't you? This brambleweed rope twisted from several thinner ropes appears strong enough to support the weight of a grown Rogadin. Rope? High winds, huh? But this rope will hang straight with the weight of a man upon it, so we shall both climb back and over the precipice. Yeah? How? Ice daily. Physician, find yourself. Days of Brandywine and Behemoths. Living on the edge. Pursuit. Okay. How the hell do I get back up? I have a wonderful way to cheat. I could also just keep jumping. I'm gonna cheat. Because we have to go here anyway. I can use teleport magic. That's how I'll get out. The one being transferred to Whitebrim? He left many bells ago. You did not beat him upon the road? No. It is as clear as day and straight as an arrow. He must have taken some other way and now wanders lost. His curiosity is boundless and he never hesitates to risk himself. It makes me wonder at physicking, but a complete and utter fool on a winter road. I venture you must find him before it's too late. Here, take this bottle of maddening potion, for he is like to be frozen. We cannot have this recklessness when he is tasked with saving lives. Okay, yeah, that's Smell Darkhold. This is Physician Find Yourself. Snowcloak. Behemoth. Stone Vigil. I am trying to kind of curious what other major settlements we still haven't managed to unlock that would have masses of side quest. Let's see. Nosha. Looks like we've got everything there. Black Shroud. We got everything there. Thanalan. There's probably some more that we have to do up in Northern Thanalan because we did Blue Fog, but we didn't do Cerulean Processing Plant. That one. So that might be the only place left with major side questy stuff. Cold. Bad idea. No more detours if I make it to the front. Why didn't I bring the maddening potion? You mean this? A powerful concoction which induces severe anger and acute madness. Makes the blood boil. Oh, now. The blood surges. So many ideas, like a swarm of wasps, making the mind race. I must go. Wasp, bees in my bonnet. Yeah, that's maddening, all right. You calm down yet? Hail, well met, fare thee well, my hearer's savior. Off to the front, yes, off to the front. Off to the front. Yow, there's a fleet thing, hell! Oh dear, I do take a lot of saving, don't I? Thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. Gale? That's lovely. I think I'm forgetting something, but... Anyway, should you ever need physicking, come to Whitebrim Infirmary. You won't find a Corugin more devoted to making you well, I assure you. Till then, farewell. riddle me this. Giants demanding answers to their riddles. 3 are preventing a part of naturalist whatever. It's just a fate. Gale, is it? Oh, Forsmart sent you. By the ruin of Halone, you are welcome here. We have even contemplated abandoning the expedition for lack of guards. The dragons can be of no help, they say, stretched... The dragoons can be of no help, they say, stretched thin as they are with the dragon wars. Your presence is truly fortuitous. Pants! Settled in, Gale? Ready to work, mayhap? Excellent. There is a trio of hipposurfs that must be called, for they have taken to standing in the way and procrastinating endlessly over which path of ice to lick. You are our new protector, is that not so? I must have your help in laying something to rest. There are bodies entombed in the ice over there to the west. When the freeze came, the folk of Falcon's Nest fled, but not all of them in time. One of them was my wife. To search for the corpse of my beloved among those folks I knew all my life. 'Tis more than I can bear. I beg you go in my stead. Here is a pick. Find her for me, and bring back her ring of troth. When a man loves a woman, he digs her out of the ice. Of course you're not at ground level. Wee! Fly, Chocobo! Somebody called all the hipposurfs already. There's one. Living on the edge. Slain, flayed, and dressed, I see. When you have a chance, you ought to see Snowcloak itself, to the west. I've been there. There was a road there into the West Kurthis, but after the calamity, the cold came, and with it a wall of ice too thick to penetrate. We must find our way past the ice wall, and that is why we are here. Cut off from the west, we are but half of ourselves. I will take the pants. Please cover my cold midriff. Yay! There we go. Now you're looking better, Gale. I do not feel the need to reapply Gamma before going into Stone Vigil. You are back so soon. Could you not find her? A beautiful antique ring worn by Lancifer's wife. That is the ring, the same I slipped on her hand when we were wed. Thank you, adventurer. You are a worker of wonders. In my heart, I had not expected to see this again. The freeze came quickly on the heels of the calamity, but there was as yet a narrow defile. The entire hamlet gathered at its mouth, and we began to pass through it to safety. Not even half of us were through before a snowslide struck. In the confusion, her hand slipped from mine. The surge of snow and the crowd carried me to the side, and she was left behind. I left her behind. When a widowed man or woman takes back the ring of the troth, the dead are free to wed again in the afterlife. She was young still and merry of heart. I would that she finds a mate again, though my heart cries out for her to wait for me. Never has the course of research run smooth at Snowclose. We are bedeviled by ice sprites, for one. I suspect the sprites are to blame for our latest problem. A researcher on a simple sample drilling duty is late returning to camp. The sprites delight in tormenting some more than others, and, well, he's just one of those fellows. Will you rush to his rescue? Of course, it's what I do. Can't quite be the hero of the realm if I only do the important stuff. Because in the fateful words of my beloved Cantus, either everything is important or nothing is. I prefer the former. Okay, you know what? I had this problem mere moments ago. Don't fall off. You saved me! You're my best friend! Let us return to camp together. Oh, you have something dangerous to do first? Alright, I'll just see you later. Welcome back, Gale. I just spoke with that Wayface. I made certain he understands you are a busy man also. Thanks to you, we too can busy ourselves with our mission. There will still be much hardship, but with your help, we shall find a way through the ice wall. Hey, buddies. What are you doing here? You moonbrain, the behemoth walks nearby and we cannot move. Save yourself. Here's some wine. What's this? Hold it against my lips. There. Amazing. I can feel my feet again. I believe, yes, I can walk again. That it? We're good? We finally go to Stone Vigil? Everybody's learned how to take care of themselves? I know that gate. Doo doo. Unhurt, was he? The infirmary will be relieved to hear of it. Always short on something, they are. Ishgard scolds us for using venturers for too many things, but I say Sodom. They won't send reinforcements and threaten to denounce any knight who asked for them. The way I see it, a good venturer is worth more than their words. Well, thanks, buddy. A snow wolf indeed. You will not be needing the Brandywine tonight, I believe. Potent as it is, it extracts a price. The patrol is no doubt back at camp by now. They have had a close call, those men. A terrible shame it would have been had they been slain by a common thing like a behemoth, when they are meant to face dragons. Can I just get gold here? Ooh, wait, axe. Uh, 3841, yes. A little bit better looking. Now I remember where you needed. Up. Are you up? Yes. Hey, Sid's gone. Ha, adventurer, you'll be pleased to know the new Carugian arrived safe and sound. He said you saved him from certain ruin. Of course, he collapsed from the effects of the maddening potion mid-battle, babble. Not surprising considering his journey here. One of the other Carugians ministers to speak to him as we speak. It bodes not well that he failed to prepare himself for the potion's after effects. I begin to think that taking on new snaff is not the panacea I had hoped for. Alright. Let's go get an airship. And then spend 4 hours helping people before we actually convince people we can go fight Garuda. Probably more than 4 hours. Probably 6 hours. It's a dragonfly! Why do I keep doing my AoE rotation on a single monster? Hail, Gale! Lord Guillaime has appraised me of the situation. You may enter the stone vigil whensoever you will. How about now? Nobody's on. Okay. What's this? No insta-Q. I've waited long enough, I tell you. Let me in. One healer. We just need one healer. Don't look at me, Shadow. I know. Have you gained a level yet? Nope, you're still 2. So I still only have 1 SP. And do I have any other? Ooh, I do have some. It's a chocobo. It's not a kazooie, but I can definitely see the resemblance. And I was just about to give him a new outfit while I attempt to wait for this. No, dungeon to pop. Black Mage, no. Guardian of Light, Wild Rose. I might stick with that. Behemoth, no. We'll do the Wild Rose. Do you want the Wild Rose feet too? Sure, that can work. What's the headpiece look like? Yeah, we'll stick with that. Now my kazooie is dressed up differently. He keeps looking at me, wondering why we're just standing here. And I'm just gonna stare at him. Come on, healer! 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 That's what I said. I'll feed my gremlin while we wait. I mean, it's technically after midnight, but it's also morning, so I think it's okay to feed him. And I don't know if snow counts for getting him wet. What can I organize in the meantime? I don't have any other ink. That's the only stuff I'm keeping on there. I can sell a lot of this rest of this stuff eventually. Don't need it, don't need it. Lower, lower. Not using earrings. I don't care. Well, I'll put that in here. I can't feed the chocobo, at least not here. But yeah, the baby gremlin, don't feed him after midnight. But at what point does it stop being after midnight and being before midnight? Alright, here we go, Stone Vigil. Let's get ourselves our airship back, finally. DPS, come on. Click it. Click it. Come on. There we go. All the dragons. All the dragons. Everybody ready? Everybody's synced. I've got one kind of newbie. Of course, my healer wants to stand next to me. Oh no, that's not the healer. That's a samurai. Okay, samurai definitely can come up and stand in melee. Who seems to be the only other newbie. I can get by that. Huh. I'm so happy I picked up my move, too. Come here, Avis. Ah, I'm stuck. Okay. There we go. Got them all. Turn on a cooldown. Turn on a... Oh, crap. There we go. My bad. My bad. My bad. That's a big pull, and I didn't turn on my cooldowns. My bad. And I'm totally going the wrong way. This way. Ignoring that room. See, now I have a cooldown on. My healer doesn't hate me. Onward! Alright. Leveled up. Shirk. Dear Sam, don't stand in front of that. one more. Okay. And dead. I'll pass. Everybody with us? Alrighty. Onward. Yeah, well, too late. I already grabbed him. Cool down. That time I used my stuff right. That might be the first time ever I actually used Home Gang. Alrighty. Gotta get out of that. We left the machinist behind. Onward! Ready? Let's go. Healer, you might want to move. And somebody can go take care of Bertha. Or Ishgardian, please. Please. Okay, if you just want to heal through it, go for it. Thank you, Dragoon. Or, you're not actually a Dragoon. You're the machinist with the title of Dragoon. Done and done. Don't need that. Don't need that. Y'all here? Let's keep going. Lots of big things. Lots of more big things. I'm not even gonna risk pulling that room, so we're just gonna do these here. No! Who pulled part of that room? Almost done. See, why does Ishgard need an entire army to try to take these guys out? Just me and 3 of my rando friends can handle it just fine. Here we go. I think I have a bit of a cutscene here, though. If I recall. There's the Enterprise! That's what we're waiting for! Right there. That's what all this hubbubaloo has been about. Look, it's the Enterprise. And there's a big dragon in front of it. Yes, just beyond that enormous sleeping dragon. The dragon is not our concern. We have come for the airship, and only the airship. Sid, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare it for launch. Gale, you stay here and keep an eye on the beast. If it wakes, we may need you to provide a distraction until we are ready to depart. You can manage that, can't you? Of course! What's a sleeping dragon between friends? That settles it then. Shall we, Sid? As you command. Tiptoe, tiptoe, don't wake the dragon. Uh-oh. So, you mean to slay Garuda next? Interesting. Most interesting. La Habrea, you're gonna wake the dragon. Uh-oh. And you are aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquests, a testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers. The Ixal are nothing if not zealous. In spite of your past achievements, I labor to believe that you will best this foe. Yet only a fool would underestimate the great Bringer of Light, Slayer of Ifrit, Bane of Titan. If any mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of the Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an entertaining spectacle, assuming, of course, you live that long. Because I'm gonna wake this dragon here. Poke! Poke! Alphido! The dragon! Confound it all. People are waiting for me. I'd like to get out of this cutscene. Let us see how well your blasphemous gifts serve you this time, Crystal Bearer. Well, they'll serve me fine. Here I come. Everybody ready? Wrong button. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to do anything. Eh, didn't work. But I try. Go for it, Sam. LB. LB. Fine, don't LB. Thank you. Machinist is getting my comm. Woo! We defeated the dragon! Ha 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 ha. Comm goes to Machinist. Loot, don't need the book. And I got a comm too. Alright, we have our ship. Finally. A crystal. Thanks. Glad you could stop by and visit during lunch. Take a glimpse into Final Fantasy. One more. Gale! Gale, are you alright? Speak to me! Sorry, I was with Heidelin for a second. I need one more crystal, and then who knows what happens. 12 be praised, I feared the beast had injured you. I see now why the others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of that etheric bubble with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. I have quite enough to do already, which reminds me, Sid is working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let us go and see what he has to say. What say you, Sid? Will she fly? Yes, though it will not be a pleasant ride. Well, I dare say it'll be no more unpleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity the Enterprise is not in a better state, but if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If we are all in agreement, let us return to Gridania. Though I would like nothing more than to set course for the Howling Eye, it is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be repaired if we are to proceed with our mission. Which means I'm going to spend the next 5 levels doing other menial tasks while we wait. This is all so familiar. I know this airship. If I could just... it's no use. Let's go. Yeah, you don't want to stand. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. And we're in Gridania. And there's the Enterprise. Ah, how I've longed for the more agreeable climate of the Twelves Wood. Yet I will not deny the Holy See had its charms. Endless detours aside, our Ishgardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh? Not to mention a leader to rescue. But who cares about the Empire? Certainly not Alphino. Hi, Sid. Where are we? 41! Into the eye of the storm. Let's go right to Garuda. It calms me to look at her. It's as though I've been reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising. You did design and build her. I bear good news. The Seed Steers have granted our request to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benighted realm from her talons, it must be soon. Though I am no expert on the workings of an airship, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much more from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Sid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the howling eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees to matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Literally. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even that may not be enough. Confound it, there must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements? But of course! That's it! We work upon the element itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm. Oh, I just thought of one place we haven't been yet. That's going to have a bunch of side quests. And spare the Enterprise a battering. I see. You propose to utilize the powers of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Though it may not have to you, Gale. We speak of the manifestations of over-aspected ether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace, which has been a cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind aspect of aether comprising Garuda's barrier into an aether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No, but I know a man who might, a scholar by the name of Lambertain who resides in Camp Drybone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Marcus met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or for want of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his etheric studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was the result of these conversations that poor Marcus was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Gale, I need you to return to Thanalan and seek out this scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. Okay. And now that I'm back in my clothes. forgot about Mordona. Why yes, I am Professor Lambertin. Ben pardon? You wish to hear about my research on corrupted crystals? Truly? Well, nothing would give me greater pleasure than to discuss my work with a fellow man of science. Ah, so rare it is to find intellectuals in this region. 'Tis even rarer to find one capable of comprehending the nature of corrupted crystals. Come to think of it, there was another, a hermit to whom the church had given sanctuary. Curious fellow, unsociable, rather daft at first impression, yet possessed of an amazing affinity towards the scientific pursuits. But to the matter at hand, did you say you wish not to conduct field observations, but to harvest a corrupted crystal? Egads, man! At least take the necessary precautions so you do not suffer from exposure to harmful energies. I'm beginning to wonder if you've sufficient qualifications to handle such hazardous material. Still, your ignorance is somehow endearing. If you bring me a suitable vessel, say a common clay pot, I shall coat it with an alchemical sealant of mine own design. Simply store the crystal you seek within this pot to protect yourself from its deleterious effects. Where might you find a clay pot? Well, I'm hardly a merchant, but surely some fellow at the Golden Bazaar has some for sale. Let's go shopping. I forget how to get out of here. This way. Wonder if this is something they could skip. Rather than saying, no, the ship can't make it, we can simply say, yes, the ship can make it, let's go. You get a pot, and you get a pot. Everybody gets a pot. Sorry, I got a bit carried away when disposing of old merchandise. Any road, take my pot, please. Well, that was easy. Oh, Brolala fell. Fascinating, even accounting for the unusually strong ethereal currents in this region. The crystal informations are... Oh, you've returned. Any luck finding a pot like I suggested? A simple vessel that will most likely last longer than its maker. Well, this is indeed an unremarkable piece of rubbish, but for our purposes it shall suffice. With a liberal application of my alchemical sealant, this sorry excuse for earthenware will be reborn as a corrupted crystal containment device. Now, observe as this scholar skillfully, almost dropped that, skillfully coats the interior of this pot, just so. There, it's finished. You no longer need fear the crystal's transformative energies. Though I suppose you will be bombarded with its energies until you place it within the vessel. Well, perhaps it shall motivate you to work quickly. In any case, I would now have you take the warded pot to Hahasako, a student of mine monitoring the flow of aether at Highbridge. Explain to him your quest, and he shall instruct you in the finer points of crystal harvesting. My arm itches and I'm trying to drive. Ah! There we go. Autopilot for a little bit. Except I'm gonna run right into a tree. And another tree. And a big rock. Much for autopilot. Oh, look. Side adventures. Did your hair grow in yet, dude? Doesn't look like it. Oh, no, 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 it's not working! My jaded scalp turns its nose up at the verbal potation. You're that trusty adventurer, Gale. I need you to fetch something with all haste. Time is short, and the comb is a cruel mistress. Long have I feared this day would come, but I am ready. The verbal tonic is dead. Long live the snurble tonic. You know where to get snurble blood, don't you? Snurbles, you say? Wrong! You get snurble blood from Golden Fleece. Don't think about it, just go to the burning wall and kill 5. Are you up? Are you down? Okay, you're not up, so you must be down. Down! There you are. How many times must I be made to explain myself? I am not contemplating suicide, you imbecile. I have chosen this precise position to perform scientific measurements. What have we here? A containment vessel? Why, this is the handiwork of Professor Lambertet. You thieving knave, I shall call for the... Oh, made especially for you by the man himself. Then you must have sought me out per his instructions, which means he believes me experienced enough to expound upon his explanations. At last, the recognition I so rightly deserve. Oh, Fabris Day, Kalu Kalay, that I should be chosen to guide this man. Yeah, I, Hahasaku, greatest of Professor Lambert's pupils, shall see that you successfully quarry your quarry. Your timing is impeccable, in fact, for I was just preparing to procure corrupted crystals from the burning wall for my personal research. There, the devastating destruction caused by the calamity has blessed us with a bounty of sublime specimens. But something tells me that naught but a perfect peace will satisfy your high standards, in which case you must needs descend to the deepest depths. Amid the flowing waters and the murderous mirror-nights lie the most fantastic formations I have found thus far. Take this highly advanced researcher's tool and use it to separate a small fragment from the large cluster. Place it within the warded pot and bear it back to me for inspection. The path which leads from Burgundy Falls to the base of Burning Wall is treacherous and terrifying. But advance with the appropriate caution and you shall surely survive. Thanks, bud. And while we're at it, we'll kill some Golden Fleece for Snurble Blood. And we won't think about it. No, no, it's a gossamer. It's a fate. It's a giant golden fleece, that's what it is. Yeah, I'll go ahead and talk to you. The people of this land would kill me for no more than my Amalja skin, and so I must remain here, in hiding. The day will come when I shall fulfill my purpose, the destiny of both my forebears and myself, but only through patience and prudence now will I live to see that day. Yep, and it won't be with Gale. You know about quartz doblins? Didn't expect you to. They're only found in the most dangerous reaches of Thanalan. Type of goblin they are, they're just kind of crunchier. Oh yes, they eat crystals, you know, and around these parts there's a king's feast to be had. Makes the doblins grow pure, clean quartz right in their bodies. Think you can get some for me? Now, let's see if I can do this without getting lost. We'll pop some more food, though. I didn't want to pull the Mirror Knight. Is that the way out? I think that's the way out. No, it's just a dead end. I hate this place. Nope. Ah! Darn. I'm a little busy here, dude. Back off. Thank you. Alright, back up. Kill one more golden fleece. Here are your quartzes. Good huntin'? Bag any clear quartz there? This variety of colorless quartz, kind of looks a little yellow, can often be found mixed in with other precious stones growing on a doblin's back. Them's what I was after. Clear as God's piss, no offense intended, and a ring like a bell's. The calamity's changed a lot of things around here, that's true enough, but it's still a treasure trove. You can't ask for much more as a miner. I see you've come galumphing back. Have you the crystal then? What a prodigiously large and lovely crystal! Professor Lamberant will doubtless chortle with joy when you present it to him in person. Oh, and upon your return, do remember to recount how I helped you with your harvesting. You gave me a maul. That was about it. And told me where to look. But you said nothing about how to keep myself safe. We're not done with you, are we? Is this the end? I thought we would always have each other, my hair and I. and the deep crimson lifeblood of a void-sent Snurble. Remarkably, one of the hirsute creatures contains less than a half score of drops. Snurble blood! You, sir, are a lifesaver. Now for the tonic. Uncork the sea pickles, mine the effluvia, and whittle of this, pizzle of that, and there. Don't stand on ceremony. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Put your back into it and work my scalp. A potent potation containing the blood of a freshly slain Snurble, fermented sea pickles, and several other grotesque ingredients that are best left unspoken. Oh, feel that, my precious tresses. Papa's coming to save you. Once again, I am in your debt. Now that we know each other better, I can reveal the truth. This hair keeps me alive. I feel a great enervation of spirit whenever a strand is left on my comb. Surely that is proof enough. Disciple of War, dress. We'll go with the gold. Still bald, dude. Probably wrap it up soon. Do Garuda later. Because something tells me this won't be enough. It's not like we'll finish this and then be able to just go do Garuda. I'm totally in the wrong spot. It's this door, not that door. My keen scholar's sense tells me that you've attained a corrupted crystal. Am I right? If you would grant me a moment to examine the crystal. Ah, it is as you desired. A corrupted crystal overflowing with wind-aspected ether. Remind me, for what purpose did you intend to use this crystal again? What? To breach a barrier comprised of wind-aspected ether? Oh dear. That may prove problematic, as this crystal would only serve to strengthen the barrier. I suppose I am at fault for not inquiring as to your objectives from the start. Had I known, I would have never sent you to Hahasoko. But what is science if not trial and error? And can you truly say that this failure has taught you nothing? Think, man. You now understand the methods necessary to safely collect a corrupted crystal. You will doubtless have no difficulty doing so once more. What's more, the crystal you collected can serve as an invaluable resource for ethereal studies conducted by the students of Baldesion. You've heard of them? Well, I don't mean to boast, but I have a professional relationship with the organization. Not as equals, of course. I would never be so bold as to claim that level of expertise. Are you all right? Your eyes seem to have glazed over for a moment. Anyway, I shan't keep you from your task. You still have corrupted crystal to find. Corrupted crystals of sufficient size and strength are not all that common, I fear. Fortunately, one of my other students, Kana, claims to have discovered another promising site in eastern Lenosha. Well, that's not correct. Eastern Lenosha was where she was nearly killed when wandering too close to an Imperial castrum. Now that made for an amusing anecdote. It was Western Lenosha, Pharaoh Sirius, on the Isle of Umbra to be precise. I can't recall her exact reasoning. Something to do with one of Dalamut's talons or some such nonsense. What I can say for certain is that she is still in Aleport, attempting to gain access to the Isles. Why not travel there and see if Kana's inquiries bear fruit? If you can look past the crass and violent ways of the local pirates— I'm from Lenosha, dude— you might find your time there to be quite pleasurable. Oh, and do not forget to take your makeshift warded pot, lest she think you unprepared for the task. Do we actually have to do Pharaoh Sirius first? I mean, story-wise, I guess it makes sense. Just hadn't thought about it. In which case, we'll see what she says, and then that might be where we wrap it up. Oh, I never picked up these leaf meats. I'll grab those and clear them off stream. Apparently I missed her. She must be up. There she is. Huh? Corrupted crystals? Sir, I've no interest in being the butt of your joke, so if you've no other reason for addressing me, kindly leave me be. Well, I'll be damned! Professor Lebertain did send you. Beg your pardon. It seems we got off on the wrong foot. I'm Sena, greatest of the Professor's pupil, which is doubtless why he bid you seek me out. Indeed, I am an accomplished scholar with an excessive background in... Oh gosh, just listen to me prattle on and on. I must have given this introduction a dozen times by now. 42! It's probably not pirates. As opposed to it's probably pirates, which was Stasha. Ha! As I told the professor in my many missives, I believe that the area surrounding Pharaoh Sirius is replete with corrupted crystals of exceptional strength. Unfortunately, I've yet to test my hypothesis, as all access to the Isle of Umbra is prohibited at present for reasons unknown to me. You see, my attempts to acquire this information are often met with annoyance and disdain. It's rather puzzling, since I always take the time to explain motivations in great detail to the subjects of my questioning. Mayhap you have better luck wresting information from these yellow jackets. I've all but given up at this point. Okay. Are you inside? Oh, I can't jump down there. The Isles of Umbra? What interest have you in that godforsaken place? Ever since we were forced to abandon Pharaoh Sirius, the Isles have become naught more than a graveyard for ships unable to navigate the shores, and a purgatory for the souls dragged down to the depths with them. You're keen on traveling to the Isles of Umbra? Bloody elves, lad, are you drunk or just crazy? Ain't nothing there but death, death, and more death. What if I just put on some black eyeliner? Well, will you let me go then? I don't know how I was supposed to get there, but I'm going this way. Ah! You startled me! Don't you know better than to sneak up on a person at a time like this, what with all the fatuous gossip of spirits and specters haunting the Isles of Umbra? Just because I know it's nonsense doesn't make it any less frightening. Ah, Gale, you've returned. Tell me of your findings. Really? Infested with the undead, you say? That is a very, very interesting development. Excuse me for a moment while I gather my thoughts. No, money. Worry not, my friend. I've given your findings some thought, and I've concluded that this talk of spirits is not more than local folklore. As for why all travel to the Isle of Umbra is restricted, well, mayhap it's considered too dangerous, owing to the abandonment of Pharaoh Sirius. Well, yes. Anyway, while you were questioning those yellow jackets, I paid a visit to the local pub, since even an esteemed scholar like myself enjoys dulling her wits on occasion. It was there I heard tell of a man named Skinfrin, who was recently detained after returning from, wait for it, the Isles of Umbra. This is the first I've heard of someone actually traveling to and from there, so I'm curious as to how he obtained permission. Mind having a chat with him in my stead? He was arrested after all, so I'm somewhat reticent to approach him myself. Up or down? I'm gonna say you're down where the Lala was. I have to go back. She calls to me, sings to me. Hug, tell Mimidoa I'm sorry. Give him this. He was right. Or you could release me. Yes, release me. I will go and tell her. Let me go to her. What were you right about, Mimidoa? No, I don't want to go talk with Kana. I want to go talk to Mimidoa and see what he said. What did Skinfrin have to say? That's not terribly helpful. I couldn't care less about how much he misses his favorite bar wench. But what was that about a man named Mimidoa? Wait, I know that name. That's the bastard who grabbed my arse the other day at the pub. Well, if you want to give him that feather, be my guest. I'm not going anywhere near him and his wandering hands. When I played this at a girl, part of my response would have been, but I can? But as Gale, sure. Would you leave the girl alone? Another initiate, are ye? Then what are ye? Speak up, son, I can't hear you. The brilliant feather reflects light as if it was actually made of gold. Yeah, bugger me, is this what I think it is? Couldn't be. You found this, you say? Where'd you find it? Skinfrin, you say? Was hoping to have a word with the lad, but it sounds like there's naught left twixt his ears. He was supposed to help patch up Pharaoh Sirius, he was. Company sent me to supervise the lot of 'em. Weren't getting work done on their own, see? Half of 'em walked off, half of 'em ran off, and half of 'em up and vanished. What's that? You be looking for passage to the Isle of Umbra? Well, why didn't ye say so? I've been thinking of dispatching someone to take a look on behalf of old Mimidoa. Tell him how the lad lies. Ain't nobody been interested till you came a-callin'. Whole port's up in arms about spirits and so forth. If I had the gill, I'd hired some sellswords and let 'em sort it out. but you'll do in a pinch, you will. Show this parchment to the skipper, and he'll see you there and back. No, 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 that's not the right way. So you went and had a word with Midoa. I hope the valuable time you saw fit to waste amounted to something. A slip of parchment granting you crossing to the Isles of Umbra. You mean that disgusting creature was Skinfriend's superior? I find that hard to believe, but this writ of passage does appear to be genuine, so it must be true. I must say it is a relief to work with such an industrious man as you. I look forward to hearing of the discoveries you make on the Isles of Umbra. Without me. Fine, fine, I fail to see the justification for dragging me along on your journey, but if you insist, I will go as well. But 12 is my witness. If you leave me behind to be devoured by some horrid abomination, I shall come back to haunt you. Okay, we are going to stop here and not head over to the Isle of Umbra until next time, because we're going to be at a night sanctuary to take a break. So I will stop here. Actually, I'll sign off with the mermaid in the background. There we go. And next time we will go investigate the Isle of Umbra, probably clear Pharaoh Sirios, get ourselves a proper corrupted crystal, and then maybe go fight Garuda. Eventually. Alright, thank you for stopping by, and I'll catch you next time.